What is up, guys? It is Take Luke here, bringing you my Extreme Rules 2016 predictions. Before we get started, I just want to say, for any of you that play, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to show the game, but fuck it. For any of you that play WWE Supercards, Jesus Christ, that quality is actually alright considering it's up against the phone screen. Fusions are out now, and if you don't play WWE Supercards, then you don't know what that means. If you do, then you probably do know what that means. But yeah, you can get powerful cards by putting like all these other cards into a huge mixer thing. A lot of my friends didn't know, so I just thought I'd tell my subscribers that do play that game that it is out now. And yeah, there was no update needed for it during the Road to Glory with AJ Styles. But anyway, let's jump straight into, well, this preview or predictions, whatever you want to call it, for Extreme Rules. Let me start off by saying it has actually officially been announced today that Cody Rhodes is actually been released. Cody Rhodes, or Stardust, has been released. He asked for his release. I suppose he just wanted out. He saw a way out, and that was pretty much it. So I can't really fault him. I can't really, disagree with him. But it's sad because, especially doing like the undashing Cody Rhodes stuff and the 2012 before Team Rhodes Collars, or even during Team Rhodes Collars, I thought that Cody would be primed for a title shot at least. He never even got so much as that. And I'll just go ahead and say WWE waste talent like no other. Anyway, that brings me swiftly into the Extreme Rules preview today, and it actually brings me straight into Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, logic would say that Baron Corbin needs to win this, and he needs to win it in a dominating, convincing fashion. Hence why it's no disqualification. You would kind of assume that, they'd be smart enough to actually have Corbin go over, but I don't know if they will. But surely they will. I mean, Ziggler, how could you not? It's crazy. Regardless, Corbin needs to go over, and he needs to go over in a dominating fashion to prove that he's the real deal. That's all I've got to say about that. The Intercontinental title match, The Miz, accompanied by Maurice, the champion, versus, well, Maurice is not the champion, The Miz is, but versus Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Honestly, again, you would have to feel like they put the title still on The Miz, so, he can continue a feud with Cesaro, and then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens can break off, perhaps for a match at Money in the Bank or something like that. I don't know. This one's probably the most unpredictable match on the card, if I'm being completely honest. We don't know exactly how it's going to happen. We don't know where they're planning to go. But for me, if you want Miz to be taken seriously as an underhanded heel champion, and to be fair, since Maurice has come back, it's probably been the best that the Miz's career is at since the initial, and when I say initial, I mean the very first couple of weeks of his face turn in 2012. After that, people got bored of him quite easily. So for me, you have to have you have to have the Miz win with the help of Maurice, and then you do the others. Simply put, however you want. You can have Cesaro fight anybody and he'll have meaning to it because he's a great wrestler. You'll have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They always got that stuff going on. A similar story is abound with Rusev and Kalisto for the United States title. My predictions for that are quite simple. Again, I think Rusev will win. I think Rusev should win, and I think it'll be, I don't know whether it's unfortunate or not, just to set up him being squashed by John Cena again when Cena returns, and to win the US title to put a bit more prestige into it, that kind of thing. But no, I see Rusev winning this. I mean, surely even WWE know Look, I know they're up with the whole Hispanic star thing, like they want a Hispanic star, but the real truth of the matter is that, you know, Kalisto, while he's good, he's done nothing with the title when he's had it. And that's the cold, hard facts of the truth. Get Rusev and Lana back to where they were in the majority of 2014 and early 2015, like at least for a bit before Cena comes back, dominating in fashion and easily winning matches. That is what needs to happen. Okay. I'm just thinking to myself, right? The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and or whichever one, Xavier Woods versus the Vaudevillains. Now, my recent, and it will tie into another match, so bear with me. The recent booking of the club, Bullet Club, I don't know why they call them the club. It seems retarded, but the recent booking of Bullet Club makes me think that they're not too bothered about how they're perceived for some random reason. But for me, the Usos, they just have that Roman Reigns like aura around them. So with that being said, I really do think the New Day will keep the belts. Or no, even actually, I think the Vaudevillains may pull off a shock, because initially I would have said that the New Day would have kept the belts to drop them to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, but I just don't know now. Because of the way the Bullet Club are being treated. But you know what? I'm going for the New Day to retain here. They're going to make it to a year with the belts at SummerSlam at least, and possibly move the Vaudevillains onto a feud with Enzo and Cass. Then, you know, the club will dethrone the New Day, and then eventually Enzo and Cass will dethrone the club or something along those lines. Okay, so Charlotte versus Natalya, a submission match for the women's title with Ric Flair, well, ignores he's banned from ringside basically. Charlotte will lose her title. I think Charlotte will win this. She can still use underhanded heel tactics, but for me, quite simply put, I think this is a way for them to start writing Ric Flair off screen. You know, he's been on screen long enough as it is. You know, Charlotte, she doesn't really have a lot of her own personality. A lot of her gimmick is Ric Flair's. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Obviously, when you're the daughter of a Hall of Famer or son of a Hall of Famer, you should take advantage of that as much as you can. But there comes a point where, you know, as much as you can is too much. And that's precisely what's happened with Charlotte. She's a great athlete in her own right. So they're going to try and probably move her away from Ric Flair a bit. So perhaps she proves tonight that she can win it without Ric Flair. And then, you know, she'll basically dump Ric Flair in the coming weeks. And then that'll be it as far as those two are concerned. The Ambrose Asylum match, or the Asylum match, good God, man. I can tell some of my friends may watch this who don't watch WWE, right? And they're just going to be like, what the fuck is an Asylum match, dude? Like, why are you even talking about that? It feels embarrassing, to be honest. That's the truth. Like, I get it. Like, if I can explain to them, oh, yeah, it's an Extreme Rules match where we can whip fucking each other with weapons and fucking... It's a cage match where you need to climb over the cage, or it's a fucking, you know, it's this and that and that. But what the fuck is an Asylum match? Did you see that thing on fucking Raw? Like, it's stupid, man. Having fucking what, flannels and all this bollocks over the cage or whatever the fuck it was. I don't fucking know. And they're not even going to use half the weapons, man. It's fucking PG. Ambrose wins this to keep his momentum going. You know, as Jericho's new WWE run's probably going to come to an end in the summer when he goes touring with Fozzy. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Ambrose is going to win this. I'd be shocked if he didn't. And Jericho, it won't exactly hurt Jericho. One of my problems was when Jericho used to come back is that he used to lose every pay-per-view. You know, at least nowadays that's not the case. Like, he's getting a few wins here and there. He shouldn't have won at WrestleMania, but you know, whatever. Like, I can't have my cake and eat it, can I? But no, really, guys, like, honestly, this fucking, I don't know. I'm just trying to think to myself as a decent way to explain it, but I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. So, you know, Ambrose wins this, and I just want it over as soon as possible. I don't like Dean Ambrose personally. The guy does nothing for me. Oh, look at me. I'm crazy just because, like, what? Like, honestly, I was watching old Raws from 1997 on the WWE Network just after the game of the debut of Kane. And Mankind sitting there pulling out his hair, fucking, he's diving with chairs on people, and fucking, you know, Stone Cold coming in and stunning everybody. Look, I get that it's not TV 14 anymore, but you don't need to, you know, I didn't really care about the swearing and all that, to be honest. I didn't really mind, but hardcore matches, you know, they didn't bleed that much. Jesus Christ. Like, Ambrose is just a cheap imitation of Stone Cold. There, I said it. He's just trying to be a cheap imitation of Stone Cold, the anti-hero bollocks, but you're not, dude. Ambrose, you're tame as fuck. That's pretty much it for me. I know I'll get some hate from some Dean Ambrose fans, but it is what it is, man. I can't say fairer than that. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay versus the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Jesus Christ, the Club need to win, but I don't think they will. I really don't. I think they're going to get dominated, and then just like Roman Reigns, they're going to come back and win it somehow. The worst thing has happened. The Roman Reigns bug has started to infect those closest to him. Literally, and I'm not just talking about the booing and the boringness, because the Usos, in my opinion, were quite boring for quite some time now. But, oh my God, it's like they got this slightly untouchable aura against them. Like, and this, you know, this is ridiculous, because didn't we see a variation of this match on SmackDown and Raw for like the last 3-4 weeks? Hell, I remember when they made their debut, they decimated the Usos, and didn't they have a match after that and all this bollocks? I don't know. It's the same shit in it, really. Probably feels just like it was added late because they ain't got enough space on the card. But the Usos will probably win because, you know, Roman Reigns, and all this bollocks. The main event sees Roman Reigns himself versus AJ Styles in Extreme Rules match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. AJ will do everything he can to make this match good. That's why I'm looking forward to it. But in terms of the winner, it's going to be Roman Reigns. There's no way, and look at me, YouTube. There is no way that Vince McMahon will ever let a TNA guy, and much less a TNA original, hold his world championship. The day a TNA guy, and don't, before you guys say, oh, Christian. Okay, here's the thing. One, Christian was a WWE guy before he was a TNA guy. And two, he didn't hold the WWE title. He held the World Heavyweight title. But, you know, each to their own. Let's just see how it goes, basically. But there's no way. I'm hoping that Finn Balor comes in or something, because Payback was just a disappointing pay-per-view. You know, especially the way it ended. Like, AJ looked strong as fuck. But at the same time, he looked weak as fuck, because he gave everything to Roman Reigns. Even Styles clashed him on the steel chair this past week of Raw, but nothing seemed to be happening. Nothing seemed to be, you know, they weren't doing it, basically. You know, AJ Styles, basically, what WWE said to me as an audience member is AJ Styles threw everything he had at Roman Reigns, and it still wasn't enough. Yet Roman Reigns only speared AJ, and that was it. So Roman will win because and that's it. Finally, one last rumor for tonight, and I hope to God it's true. Look at me, please. Seth Rollins is rumored to return tonight. There's been articles popping up all day long that he's rumored to return tonight. I mean, hell, even if you're a heel Seth and you run in and cost Roman the title, I'll take that, man. Just baby, come back, Seth. We miss you, man. You know, I know that, like, you know, he's not due back officially until like June or something, but hey, that's only a week away now. Like, fucking hell, you never know, man. And there's rumors flying around, and hell, there'd be rumors, even if there was rumors flying around about The Undertaker fucking appearing and staring down with Roman Reigns, I'd be telling you about it. But I can dream. But that is a lot less realistic. Anyway, guys, those have been my Extreme Rules 2016 predictions. Sorry for the fucking you know, wacky way I've been doing things and the way I've been fucking like going from one match to another. Still getting used to talking on the webcam because it's like fucking way up there and I'm like way down here. So yeah, it's hard to fucking look at the thing because you got to crane your neck. Like, yeah. But still, it's less painful than watching Roman Reigns win his match tonight. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching my Extreme Rules preview and predictions, whatever the hell you want to call it. This has been Take a Look, and that is my friend trying to tell me that the pre-show is on. So until next time, guys, peace.